Hello.
It's time for us to go back to our roots.
This is the wrong scene.
This is the wrong layout.
Hello.
All right, boom. We look
There.
better.
Yeah.
We're very good, very professional.
We look better,
streamers
right?
here.
Right, guys, we look better.
We got the KeyForge font for sure.
Yeah.
Instead of the Star Wars font. I'll let you fiddle with that.
I'm fiddling.
I'll talk and fill time. So, I have been informed that prophecy cards are a special card type which are included with some KeyForge decks. Prophecy cards are double-sided. Each prophecy card can be either active or inactive. All prophecy cards begin the game inactive. Prophecy cards are never shuffled into a deck. It cannot be added to a player's hand, archives, discard pile, or purge zones. Did everybody know that? Justin and I just learned that.
Yeah, we're learning a rule. So if you guys see us do stuff that's wrong,
yeah,
with the set,
so so special thanks, at the top here. Player Herp, aka Chip, sent us these. They're pilfered. Don't scan these barcodes. I believe he's probably already taken care of business by scanning them. But he sent us a bunch of prophetic visions, which we'll get to play with. We're returning them after we're done, but it'll be fun to play it on stream. And then Broderick Jones sent us these to play as well. So I think we'll probably do some prophetic visions first, since that's
we'll play a few games with that because I get a grip on how it works.
And then we'll do a Vault Master thing or two. I'm interested in see how this set plays. I really liked Discovery. I really liked Discovery.
It was cool.
So, all right.
I have a Jekyll Nest Dogwalker, and now I have
Dogwalker?
Nest Dogwalker.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got some prophecies here. So the key thing. What do we used to do for keys like that?
For me, I think the keys are over here, right? I think it's one right there.
Okay.
I think you just kind of.
Okay. Here. All right.
Yeah. We got a bunch of amber over here. Has not moved since the last time we played.
That player Herb's okay with us raw shuffling his cards. You can play prophecy on turn one in addition to your normal one.
Okay, that's a good thing though.
Hey, what's up, Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh, how's it going? So my prophecies for this deck for Senior Hawkdium Thorl is Forge Ahead with Confidence, Outlook Not So Good, Tails You Lose, and Wounds into Wisdom.
So if a prophecy fulfills, does it become inactive again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It just goes back to being inactive, and you can decide which side to use.
How come your prophecy? Oh, you have cool borders on yours. I guess we can put the card cam on.
Yeah, these have cool borders. That's why I picked this deck, because it's got the whatever's going on here.
I see.
Wounds into Wisdom. After a friendly creature is dealt damage, fulfill Wounds into Wisdom. All right, so I can use that if it looks like you're going to try to kill one of the guys. So
you can play any card under the prophecy, right? But you can have multiple cards, or you can't have multiple cards under it.
You can have one card under a prophecy. That is the thing. You could have two prophecies.
Okay.
Active,
you can have two
right?
Active?
But you can't. You would make a prophecy active, and then your opponent would go through the whole turn without the prophecy going off, and then you could make the second prophecy active, right?
Okay.
I will continue reading from the rule book on prophecies real fast. So each turn during a player's play, discard, and use cards phase, that player may choose one of their inactive prophecies and make it active by flipping to the side of their choice and placing it near the battle line. After making the prophecy card active, that player chooses one card from their hand and places it face down under the prophecy they just made active. No more than one card may be placed under a prophecy card this way. A player can only place one prophecy card each turn. Once a prophecy has been made active, it remains active until its condition is fulfilled. Once the condition on a prophecy card has been met, the active player fulfills the prophecy by revealing the face-down card beneath it. The active player reveals the prophecy. Any fate abilities of the revealed card are resolved, then the revealed card is placed in its owner's discard pile, and the prophecy card returns its owner in an inactive state. Prophecy cards and cards under prophecy cards are not considered to be in play.
Okay.
So, there you go. That's the rundown on them. All right, so your prophecy, I don't know, whatever. I'll figure out what your prophecies are.
I don't.
I'll figure out what your prophecies are when. Once they get active. We have not looked at any of the cards in the set. I didn't, at least.
I didn't either. Yeah.
I like just right before the stream bust the shrink wrap on this. An 8, 7. You were going first.
I get 7 cards.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
prophecies are open knowledge to both players. Yeah, okay, so I could look at it if I wanted to, but
okay. Let me read my prophecies real quick. Each time your opponent chooses their active house, they must name a house on your identity card. Reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card does not match the named house, fulfill. Ask again later. When your opponent chooses their active house, they name a house on your identity card. Reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card does not match the named house, fulfill the prophecy. Any PhD havers know how that works. Stars of the line. At the start of your opponent's turn, if each player has the same number of creatures, fulfill Stars of the line. Okay. So if it fulfills on your turn, you resolve it.
Yeah.
So the fate ability. Okay. Okay.
My first turn is not great, but it's funny. So
after your opponent steal 1 or more amber from you, fulfill only gets worse. If you're at the your opponent's turn, if they have more amber, if they have amber in their current pool equal to or greater than the current key cost, fulfill signs point to yes.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
What's up?
Pick a stream.
I am feeling overwhelmed on my first turn already. I don't. Okay, let's do ask again later.
Okay. So each time your opponent chooses, all right. Each time your opponent chooses their active house, they must name a card in your identity. Okay, I see. So if I name something,
and I can put a card under it, right?
Yeah, then you get 1 card for your turn. So
I will play Lictor Justinian.
Okay.
My namesake. After your opponent plays a card, deal 1 to each enemy creature, which seems to be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
and I'm done.
No, that guy pisses me off. I'm going to. So I'm going to choose Saurian.
Oh yeah.
So each time your opponent chooses their active house, I name something on yours, and it says reveal the top card.
Yeah.
So I'll choose Saurian. I'll choose Saurian, then Saurian.
And if it's does not match the named house, fulfill it.
Sure.
It does not match the named house.
Okay, so that's fulfilled, so this gets played.
So when prophecy is fulfilled, so the result, the fate of your opponent archives the bottom card of their deck on this thing.
All right, so you archive the bottom card of your deck.
Okay. And this is discarded.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna play Plancia.
Okay.
Now, this is got a destroyed effect. Destroy each of Plancina's. Destroy each of Plancina's hidden agent's neighbors, and then fate, it would put it into play in your control. But I don't want to do that. So I have played a card. Everything takes 1 damage. I'm going to play Scudum. This has got armor, so everything takes a damage. I'm going to play Imperium. I will ward this, and then I guess it'll take a damage. And then I'll play Imperium. I will ward that, and it will take a damage.
Sick.
And then I am going to say, I'm going to make active Outlook Not So Good. So after your opponent chooses an active house that matches no cards in play, fulfill Outlook Not So Good. And we'll slap this under there. And then I'll draw 5. All right. And go ahead.
All right. I will say Saurian.
Okay. So this is not fulfilled.
The matches no cards in play? Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I'll reap Justinian. I will play Orator Hissaro. Ready. Exalt. I'll reap. I'll play Spendthrift. Let's put this new cards up here. I'll try to do that. Move a chamber from a creature to the common supply. Exalt that creature. I'll let you do that. And exalt. Oh, it's a common supply. That didn't do anything, huh? And the damage will go to your armor.
Okay.
And then I have too low, but I guess I could fate this actually. Okay, I'll do Ask Again later. Put a card under it again, and I'm done.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to choose Saurian again, and then so
you name a house, and if it's not the house, then that fields, right?
If it's not that house.
Not that house.
All right, so I guess I'll name Logos then.
Okay, it was not that house.
Okay.
I will destroy each friendly creature with the lowest power.
Okay, he's dead. I will play Sedimentary Nap. Play Shuffle a creature into its owner's deck. I'll shuffle that guy into your deck. And it also has a fate on it, but it doesn't matter here. I'll play a Tricerian Legionary and Ward, and then I'll play a Tricerian Legionary and Ward. And then I'm going to make active Tails You Lose. At the end of your turn, you may flip Tails You Lose. Okay, so I can flip to the other side if I wanted to, right? That's what that's saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then, so during your turn, if you play a creature adjacent to a creature belonging to a different house, fulfill Tails You Lose. So if you play something that's not Saurian next to him, then that's... Okay. All right, and then I'll be done. I'm going to draw, and I'll tell you, go ahead.
I'll say Shadows.
All right, so you've chosen a house that matches no cards. Wait, this thing explodes, right? This goes away? That's not exactly what I thought.
What?
It doesn't do anything.
You thought?
Yeah, the fate doesn't resolve, right? This just is discarded. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This was instant transmission, which is a much better card to put in play because it says Omni draw three
cards.
And it destroys itself, but still,
I mean,
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. All right, I'll play Urchin. I'll do a damage that, and I'll steal one, and then that prophecy fulfills.
Yes. And this just gets discarded.
Okay. I'll play Lucky Dice. I'll play Ox Sarbane, which is each enemy creature gains after fight, after reap, exhaust each friendly creature that shares a house with this creature.
Each creature says
each enemy creature gains after fight, after reap, exhaust each friendly creature that shares a house with this creature.
Oh, okay, so I have to fight that guy to death if I want to use my guys.
I will play Gone Pear Shaped, which is each player discards their archives, which is me. And then I'm going to play another Gone Pear Shaped.
Okay.
Which is each player discards their archives, and I'll do a damage.
Okay.
I will not prophesize.
Okay.
They check with 7.
All right. I am going to I'm gonna make active Wounds into Wisdom. So during your turn, if you damage one of my if one of my creatures is dealt damage, I assume you do have to actually get past the armor.
Dealt damage? Yeah, I think so.
To do that thing. All right, I am going to play Relegated Relics. Shuffle each artifact into its owner's deck.
That's relegated.
I am going to play. Sure. I'm gonna play Bring Glow. Capture all but 5. So 3, 4, 5. I'll capture these 2 right here. Distributed among any number of friendly creatures. I guess I'll distribute it like this then. And then I'm gonna play Grey Warden, which is got deploy. It says after fight, after reap, ready a neighboring sanctum creature. And then I'm gonna deploy Dame Margaret. She gets +2 armor for each key that you have forged. And I will say, oh, she has a capture icon, so I'll capture under this Grey Warden. I'll say check, and then I will draw 5.
I'll say Logos. I'll put a creature into its owner's archives. That creature will be, I guess, this guy.
Yep.
Play Emeritus Darn. Reap. Archive top 2 cards.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. Duck, Superb Duck. I could archive 2 cards or gain 2. I'm at 6 amber. I don't know what the heavy punishing cards are that I'm playing around, but I guess I'll gain 2 to go to 8. And do I want to? Prophesize? I don't think I do. I mean, I guess I could. You can pull one out and not put a card under it, right?
Yeah, I don't think there'd be a point to, right?
Oh, because it could fulfill, and then it wouldn't matter. But I guess the point would be, okay, you can only place, like if I had 2 prophecies out, like if I put a prophecy out and it did not get fulfilled,
yeah.
The next turn, could I play a prophecy and put a card under each of them?
No.
You can only put one card in a prophecy a turn?
When you make it active, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's when you make it active?
Yeah, I believe so.
You find your card yet? No. What's your card?
Oh.
What's the name? What's it called? I'll say check with 10. Or 8.
Okay, so I forge. You did not deal damage to any of my creatures last turn. Okay.
Also, thanks for the sub. 43 months.
Oh.
I need to draw cards.
Okay. We can stop that, but not do much else. I guess we'll I guess I'll say sorry on here. We will. One of these, or just get rid of. I think I just get rid of one of these. I'll forge ahead with confidence, and we'll slap this under there. I will sedimentary nap. Shuffle creature into its owner's deck. Let's put that guy away.
Oh wait, so this guy's a human? Okay. Okay. Interesting.
I'm going to play.
Flavor text is even critical data structure error.
Arklegate Valyria. Arklegate.
Okay, yeah.
Valyria. Okay. The only one I think I just reap twice. I'll just reap twice. And it is your turn. I'll draw 3.
A forge. Strategic Feint is in Starlines. Okay, I'll keep an eye out. Should I be looking for some sort of bald human on this card? I'll keep an eye out. I will look. I'll play Sarian. Play Marcella the Younger. I'll play Lictor.
You forged, right?
Yeah, I forged.
The spring glow goes away.
Okay.
If you deal damage to one of my guys.
Okay, I'll play Justinian. I'll play Orator Hissero. Already Exalt. I'll Reap with Emeritus Darn. Archive the top 2 cards. I will Reap with Marcella the Younger. I may Exalt Marcella the Younger if I do draw 2 cards. I will do that. I draw 2 cards. I will Stars Aligned. So if at the start of your turn, if each player has the same number of creatures, fulfill Stars Aligned. I will put this card under that.
Lady gets a treat.
Oh shit.
Lady's over here.
I'll
laying down
Reap
over there.
with this row. And then I'm done. And Eddie gets treat. Oh. Come here. Done. Treated.
Okay. All right, we're gonna say Sanctum. I'm gonna put my archives in my hand.
No one really gives Eddie treats anymore. BH.
I'll put Forge Ahead with Confidence. If you forge a key, I get this one. I am going to have Dame Margaret fight Justinian. And then I'm going to play Grey Warden over here. I'm going to play Outflank. So each Sanctum flank creature captures 2. And then I'm going to play Trade Blows. Deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. If that creature is not destroyed, you may deal 1 damage to a friendly creature to repeat that effect. So I think what I do is I'm just gonna get these damage markers.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna get our guys really close to dead here. So
can you like spread all that damage out to every time you use that?
Yeah, I think so. Deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. If that creature is not destroyed, you may deal 1 damage to a friendly creature to repeat this effect. And I think you could even kill a bunch of your own creatures with this card if you wanted to, right? As long as you don't kill an enemy creature.
Is it rare?
This is an uncommon.
Okay.
So we'll definitely do 1 here, and I'll damage the Tricerian Legionary. I mean, I guess I get your guys. So 1 there, 1 here, 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 armor, 1 there, 1 here, armor, 1 there, with 1 here, and then I killed that guy. And we'll call it there. I'll say check with 6, and I'll draw 3. And it is your turn.
I'll say shadows. I'll pick up the archive. I'll miasma.
Okay.
I'll play burnished nickels. Has destroyed, return another creature to its owner's hand.
That's he's very interesting.
Another one. A damage icon. I will do damage there.
He's got armor.
I guess there then.
All right, you have damaged one of my creatures.
Okay.
This wounds into wisdom goes away. This Archon's callback goes over here.
Okay.
So I think this card's like it was at the point where this card wasn't going to do anything, so it was like toss it.
Play Ox Sarbane, which is the exhaust your guys after you do that thing.
You may deal 1 damage to a friendly creature to repeat this effect. That doesn't say that. I think the way that's worded means you can keep going forever with it, right?
Because if it stops if it says repeat the preceding effect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It would say like repeat this effect 1 time or something like that, right? So. Gee, Philippe.
I got this dragon.
Oh, look at that thing.
So choose a creature until the start of your next turn. That creature gains invulnerable after reap.
Okay.
I will. Assigns point to yes and put a card under it. So if you have amber in your pool equal to or greater than the current key cost, fulfill assigns point to yes. And then I'll reap version. And I'm done.
Okay.
We're on Star Wars.
So I don't forge because you've miasma'd me, but that thing does fire off because I have amber in my pool equal to the current key cost.
At the end of your opponent's turn.
At the end of my turn. Okay, that's when this happens. That's when that happens. All right. I am going to say Logos then. I'm going to play Zeph Punch Yardus, who is a 4-power. It says after reap, activate the top card of your deck and the top card of your discard pile. Captain Cha, just an elusive steel Indian. Director is EYX, who we all know and love. Reassembly required. I will put this guy under. Seems very annoying.
Bottom?
Yeah, put a creature into its owner's archives. He goes to your archives.
Okay.
Actually, let's put him in your archives then, because there's not really anything I can do about that. And then I will play Parallel Thinking. Discard the top 2 cards of a player's deck, or 2 random cards from a player's archives. Discarded cards share type, steal 2. I'll discard the top 2 cards of your deck.
Logos.
Share a type, so we're looking for
artifact.
Yeah,
okay.
So
for I guess that's upgrade and creature.
And then I will play. I guess I'll play Tails You Lose. So don't look at that. Sorry. So if you play a card adjacent to a creature from another house, from a different house, then I fulfilled this. All right, so I'll say check with 8. It's your turn. I will draw 6. Oh my god.
I'll say Logos. I'll pick up the archive. I'll convert research. Still 2. Oh, this fulfilled. at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
It was just a
guy. Yeah.
Just some junk. The damage from Cutthroat, I'll do there.
Yep.
Play Emeritus Darn. I will discard Unity Prism. What is this? A lot of text on this card. This is an alpha card. It says for the remainder of the turn, you may play cards from any house. You cannot play more than 4 cards this turn, including this card. Scrap, reveal your hand, gain 1 for each house represented in it.
Ah, okay.
So I'll show you game 3.
Okay. Well, I like that card. That's a cool card.
Yeah. And I'll play Interdimensional Draft. And
so you've played something. Destroy each friendly creature with the lowest power. That's the...
I'll put Science Point PS. So, like...
See you, wizard. Thanks for stopping by.
The fade effect, this creature says put this card into play under your control. Is that...
Yeah, so I play it.
You would get it?
I get it,
okay,
yeah.
Okay. Thanks, wizard. Okay. I'm done. Check with an amount.
Alright, so I will forge this time.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the start of my turn, I archive the top card with Director's EYX. What else? Got this MF. Logos. Oh, he's got a funny name.
How are you feeling about the prophecies? Let me finish a game first. Actually, I should probably finish 2 games before I speak any words about prophecies.
Oh, this is a Saurian card. I think they're interesting design space, but probably too complicated for KeyForge.
That is my general feeling right now.
Good. Alright, so I can play these, use that, then use these. You forge. I don't know how I necessarily stop you from the next, your next turn. This makes it so you have to stop me at least, I guess. So that's what we'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Divine Seal, play, put a creature on the bottom of its owner's deck. This jerk. No, I got this jerk, man. The stupid shadow creatures, dude. I'm gonna play Collective Calm and exhaust each creature that shares it. Ah, man, screw that guy. I guess what I'll do is I'll have this guy kill that guy first, then play Collective Calm, then Reap here, and gain an amber. And this says each creature reaps gain an amber. As a friendly creature is used to fight, destroy.
Okay.
So we'll do it in that order. I will play Wounds into Wisdom. So if you damage one of my guys, then you play this card. And tell you to go ahead. And ready. Draw these 3.
Forge.
So the thing is, I don't think KeyForge necessarily needed more stuff on the board, because this was like one of the problems with tokens, the winds of exchange,
and they're also like they're just so conditional, and you're having to think about them all the time. But really, you can't really think about them, and you're having to sort of point out on your opponent's turn when they fulfill your prophecies, and they don't really feel that impactful so far, at least. I'll say Saurian. I'll reap.
So you forge, right?
Yeah.
This thing just goes away.
I'll play Placenta, Hidden Agent. It's Placina, but I mean, you know. I will ward a creature. I will ward 2 friendly creatures. So you can like 1 word token on thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not Star Wars.
And
It's
I'll
not Star Wars.
check with
Lord Farquaad, thank you.
Thank you. Take a while to use 2 once they hope they do feel pretty satisfying to play with. Okay.
Alright, so you got 7 there.
I got 7 there.
Okay. Alright.
73 months.
I put the wrong if I had this card in my hand, I'd be in good shape. All right, that says archive the top card of your deck and the top card of your discard pile. So don't archive anything because the director is EYX. All right, I will say Logos. 6, 8, 3, 7. Okay, so that's not happening. This thing would fire at the end of my turn, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll say Logos. That jerk isn't around anymore. All right, I will play Emeritus Darn. And then I'm going to play Rage Reset. Cost 1. And this says destroy any number of friendly creatures. Draw 1 card for each creature destroyed this way. So I'm going to choose... I guess I need to reap first with guys I'm going to blow up. So I'm going to reap with this. And I'll reap with Captain Chaw. And steal 1. Oh, and actually I gain 1 when I reap with them, because this says each friendly creature. This card's crazy. Can't use this yet. Now I play Rage Reset, which I believe I already got the amber for. Destroy any number of friendly creatures. So we'll destroy. I can't destroy any of these things with amber on them, so we'll destroy these, and then I'll draw 4 cards.
Collect palms as each creature, not each friendly creature?
Yep.
Oh, so I needed to get...
Oh, each creature.
I should be up 2 more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I probably would have fought... I probably would have used it, reaped, and then fought it away. That's the way I would have done it. I don't think I would have given... I wouldn't have given you the chance to use it.
Well, I did.
Okay.
And you've also used it, so...
Yeah, okay.
Read the damn card. Everyone at the table, I'm speaking to, myself included.
Yeah, if I had known that, I don't think I would have left it through Justin's turn. I would have played it, reaped for the 2, and then fought.
If only there was a way to know that.
Okay. I'm drawing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't hit any logos cards, so I'm going to use this thing. Parallel thinking. Discard the top 2 cards of a player's deck. I'll choose mine. Action. They do match type, so I'll steal 2.
There you go.
And you win. So, okay. Next game. We'll try another one of these decks, I think. Yeah, I had the thing that says draw 2 cards, put 2 cards from your hands to the bottom of your deck, and I could have combined that with the thing that said discard cards from the archives, or the bottom, or is it bottom or top? I had no cards in my deck at the time. Like, I was like low enough where I could have set this up to make it so that I could guarantee draw the 2. That's what I was trying to set up. Do you want
to crack one, or you want to open one?
Yeah, I'll just open one.
Okay. I'll play an open one already.
I'll play this classic combination of Logos, Dis, and Sanctum.
Bialystok the Absurdly Perturbed. Good one. Ooh, this says Redemption.
Your opponent steals 1 or more amber, fulfill during your opponent's turn. After your opponent plays their second action that turn. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay.
So here's my prophecies. Early bird, at the end of your opponent's turn, if they have more amber in their pool than you, fulfill it. At the end of your turn, you may flip heads or heads I win. Okay, yeah, you got that one. Let's go. Tails you lose.
Yeah, there's heads I win and tails you lose.
Okay.
So
that was not so good. If your opponent chooses an active house that matches no cards in play, fulfill it during your opponent's turn. After your opponent steals 1, fulfill it. Okay.
All right. The cards will tell during your opponent's turn after you draw. Your opponent draws a card outside of the draw step. A lot of mutant references, but the only house with mutants. Go forth and conquer if your opponent uses an enemy creature to fight. And then I have treat each action as your last. So if you play their second action during a turn, then this triggers. The other side is it only gets worse. So if you steal. All right. 11. All right, so I'm going first. Wow, I can't believe they got this card in the set. Oh, Wild Wormhole.
Nice.
It's a dark minion. And then I'm going to play treat each action as your last. So if you play two actions in a turn, then this thing will work. Go ahead, I'll draw one.
I'll say Redemption. Played Tome of Abatement. Each creature loses and cannot gain elusive skirmish and taunt.
Okay.
I'll play Brass Klein. When on a flank, he gains skirmish. When not on a flank, it gains taunt. Fate for the remainder of the turn, friendly creatures cannot fight. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll play Dark Influence, discard the top card of a player's deck. If it is a mutant creature, gain 1. I'll do myself.
Okay.
It's not a mutant creature. And I will put it only gets worse prophecy for the card. Which is if you steal from me.
Okay.
And pass. I mean, in my turn.
All right. I'm going to say that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Okay. So I'm going to say.
Yeah, he's got none of that stuff because I took all his keywords away.
I'm going to say Dis. I'm going to reap with the Dark Minion. I'm going to play the Pied Viper, which is elusive after an enemy creature reaps. If there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, gain control of that creature. I am going to play Eddie of Dis.
What?
He looked up. Yeah, he did. Not you, buddy. This is shuffle a random card from your opponent's hand into their deck, and then Fate. Your opponent shuffles their discard pile into their deck, and they draw a card. So random card from your hand into your deck.
Oh, my hand. That's pretty good.
I guess it's. I guess I don't actually look at it right.
Who knows?
I will play Infernus. I'll purge those 2 cards.
Infernus?
Yeah, I don't know why he's back. Get purged. And then I'm gonna play a fair game, so I'll capture there. And then I guess I should have played a fair game, then shuffle something from your hand. I have a Sanctum, so you gain 1.
You gain 1.
1. Okay. That seems pretty fair. I will put reveal. Or you gain 1. Okay, let me see this. Let me see your hand real fast. I can choose my prophecy based off of that. Okay, here you go. I'll choose Go Forth and Conquer then. So if you fight, then this thing fires off. And it'll be your turn. I will draw 5.
Starlance. Play Future Booster. Play Precision Striker. Discard the top 3 cards of an opponent's deck. Put one of the discarded cards on the bottom of your opponent's deck. I will put Redacted on the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
Play Spade Teller, which is play after fight after reap. Choose a house. Discard the top card of your deck. If that card belongs to the chosen house, gain 1. I'll say Untamed. Okay. And I'll put Outlook Not So Good. For the card.
Oh, the early bird?
Or yeah, the early bird.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, opponent's turn, if they have more amber in their pool than you, fulfill early bird. And I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to say Logos. I'm going to play ZYX Researcher. I'll archive the Book of Malefaction. I'll play ZYX Researcher. I'll archive the Garnet Squire. And then I'm going to play Skippy Time Hog. And I will do a damage to Spade Teller. That's not... Alright, that will conclude my turn. I'll tell you to go ahead and I'll draw 3.
I do fulfill this thing?
Yes.
It's nothing.
Okay.
I will... Play Untamed. Play Loyal Packmate. Enemy creatures cannot be used to fight friendly creatures unless the friendly creature has taunt. But I don't have anything with taunt because of this.
Yeah.
So does it say enemy creatures cannot be used to fight friendly creatures? Essentially?
Maybe.
Okay. All persistence hunting and exhaust Untamed. Or I'm sorry, Dis.
Yep.
I'll play Warfaline and shuffle the top 5 cards of this deck in my deck. Enemy creatures cannot be used to fight friendly creatures unless the friendly creature has taunt. Each creature loses and cannot gain elusive skirmish and taunt. So that seems good.
It has Omega taunt.
That seems pretty good.
They did reprint.
They reprinted Apprentice, yeah. You want to shuffle there or cut? I will Future Booster. I will keep that on top. And I'll put the early word out there. I'm done.
Okay. I'm going to play the Neotechnic Gopher. Discard a card. If you have no cards in your hand, gain 1. So I'm going to play him. It's play after Reap. So discard card. I am going to discard.
Infernus is needed to combat Grim Reminders. Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I'm going to play 4 CR. Play after Reap. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put 1 in your hand. So play top 2 cards. We'll put that in my hand. I'll play this ZYX Researchers. This deck has got 3 ZYX Researchers, by the way. I'll archive the top card. And then I'll just Reap 3 times. The only thing that punishes me for reaping, right? So I'll just Reap 3 times. And you'll get to fulfill that 1 prophecy over there. So I'll draw up to 3. And then I've got more.
It's just trash. I don't like how most of the time prophecies are just dump a card out your hand.
Yeah, I don't hate that they dump a card, but
that's fine, like mechanically, but
yeah, it's a little clunky.
Yeah,
it's a little clunky.
I'll say Star Alliance. I'll Reap with Precision Striker. You discard the top 3 cards of your deck, and I put 1 of them on the bottom of your deck.
Banish, 4 CR, or Parallel Thinking.
I'm gonna put this guy.
Okay.
Lieutenant Commander Trigun. Refit. You may move an upgrade and play to another creature.
Do any upgrades?
I don't think we have any upgrades.
Don't see any upgrades.
I will.
Oh wait, so after an enemy creature reaps, if there are more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, oh never mind, JK.
All right. I'll use Future Booster. I will leave that there. I'll Reap with Spade Teller. I'll say Star Alliance. And gain 1. Play Furtive Investigations, which is destroy any number of friendly creatures for each creature destroyed this way. Archive a card.
Okay, so you've played your second action, is that correct?
Yeah.
This triggers a friendly creature captures 2 from its own side.
I just choose which one?
Yeah.
I'm going to destroy Warfaline. That's it. Okay, I'm done.
All right, so I will forge.
Yeah, I guess I might do this thing.
So if I choose something that's not in play.
Yeah, choose a house that matches no cards in play.
Okay.
So basically Sanctum.
Alright. Okay. I will say Logos. This guy's no, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna play Reassembly Required. Put a creature into its owner's archives. I'm gonna choose this guy to go into your archives. We will put treat each action as your last over there. I'll put this card underneath it. I'm going to reap with 4CR there. Look at the top two. One in my hand. What? Why would I? This card's supposed to be scrap.
What is it? Show it.
Jane the Bard. After reap, deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. If that creature has amber on it, repeat the preceding effect. Scrap, exalt 2 friendly creatures. Is that supposed to be fate, or is that supposed to be scrap?
I mean, you might sometimes want to exalt creatures that you own.
Is it? Well, tell you what, it's not going to my hand. I was going to discard it using the. Yeah, we think it's a mistake, but so far no correction has been.
Oh,
issued.
interesting.
Okay. Makes sense. Because I was like, oh, a scrap effect. I can use this thing. I was like, but put amber on my own guys? Is that making sense to anybody else? Okay. I will use the Neotechnic Gopher. We'll reap with them and discard a card. Then I'll discard Brigadier Ols here. And then I'm just going to reap 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll say check with 10. So you go ahead.
KEYFORGE.
And then I'll draw 2.
Oh, you do fill this thing.
I didn't steal from you, right?
Oh, you don't have to fill that thing. KEYFORGE.
Okay.
I will say Redemption. I'll play Growland. Play Oddclaw. I'll play Citizen Strix, Exalt, and steal 1. I'll play
Citizen Snips.
Knockback to put a creature on top of its owner's deck. I'll put Dark Minion on top of your deck. I'm going to reap with Brass Klein. I will use Future Booster. Okay. And then I'm going to play Redeem the Crucible, which is destroy each creature. You may forge a key at plus its current cost, reduced by 1 for each mutant creature. Destroy this way, purge, redeem the Crucible. So this gets purged regardless of whether or not I forge a key. But I don't forge a key. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mutants. And everything's destroyed.
This says destroy each creature.
Destroy each creature. Destroy each creature.
Okay.
You may forward a key at plus 6 current cost, reduced by 1 for each mutant creature destroyed this way.
You haven't happened to have... I have 1 mutant right here.
I had 5.
Okay.
Or I had 4.
Okay.
I needed way more than that.
This
And as a mega.
This came to me.
Yeah, it was on Citizen Tricks.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. So I will forge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up my archives and I will say Sanctum.
Alright, this thing happens.
Yeah.
Which is nothing.
Yep. I'm gonna play the Book of Malefaction. I'm going to play Rothias the Fierce. I will play Lightbringer Outpost. I will play Garnet Squire. I'll play Jane the Bard. I'll play Benevolent Charity. Doesn't do anything. Move each amber on each friendly creature to the common supply. I'll play this Bring Low, and then I'll play this Burning Glare. I'll say check with 8. And it is your turn. I will draw 5.
Alright, I can't stop. I got 6 untamed cards that don't do anything.
Don't do a dang thing.
Yep.
Okay.
What if you just had the set without prophecy cards?
I
feel like I want to feel like what the set looks like without fate mechanics and prophecy cards. I don't know if that's just insane to say, but
I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this set.
Yeah. Like I like some of the cards.
So the idea behind the fate is like a way that it like interacts with the opponent, right?
On their turn.
Yeah,
which I hate.
Let's do these Vault Masters.
Okay,
let's do these Vault Masters real fast. Maybe we'll do another Prophetic Visions.
All right.
This is Vault Masters 2025. Thanks once again to Broderick Jones.
Yeah, where did these come from? Did you have to get these at a Vault Tour?
Yeah, I think so. They had one earlier, right? We can transfer ownership back to you, Broderick. I don't think he cared. I think he was just trying to get us stream the game again.
Success. Here, you can scan this one too.
Okay. The Nocturnal Vault Master of Arkosala.
Third Vault Tour today in Portland.
Oh, what's going on right now? I see why that's why everybody's in all their streams then.
Ah, I see. We picked a bad day.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, if everybody's watching, right, they just turn on ours as well. All right, this is Master Waverly of Hornnook.
The Nocturnal Vault Master of Akrosala. These are fresh.
Here are those back to add to the. You probably know all the cards in those, right?
I would think so.
Rochester and Roseville last 2 months. How many Vaulters were there? Were there 6? 6 stateside?
No tokens in this one? What's like top cuts of Vault Master or of Vault Tours look like nowadays? Is it actually all Grim Miner stuff?
No, you're headed to VT Paris.
Ooh,
that'd be fun.
Or is there some what's the meta?
It's probably just all Grim Miners, right? There's probably Grim Miners 5. No Gen Con Nationals, no US Nationals. Oh, okay. Huh.
Still pretty strong.
Yeah, one would imagine. One would think that, right? I don't. My limited experience with it was, I don't see how regular KeyForge decks do anything to this, right? Here, I roll that die.
11.
7.
Tokens of change. Amber Skies. Yeah. Okay.
Because they have some amount of tools. I mean, it looks like Amber Skies was printed with like some tools to try to combat Grim Reminders. I have no idea if it's successful enough, right? Because the Grim Reminder decks, to me, seemed pretty resilient. Seemed pretty resilient. You won, right? You rolled the 11. Oh. Yeah, I rolled a 7.
I will. I'll play a shoulder red with a discard icon and discard a shoulder red.
Yep. I'm gonna say Unfallible. I'm gonna play Calp and Sybil Waymare. And it's your turn. I will draw 2.
So I'm gonna play 1 type.
Yeah, and at the start of your turn, you discard the top card of your deck. You discard your. You exhaust your. Oh yeah.
Yep. I'll say Equidon. Play a Rumor Sower and. Or no, I'll play Bonded Auctioneer. And a Ledger Main, which is a return a damaged creature to its owner's hand if you do its controller gains 1. And then I'll discard a Rumor Sower and a Scratch Grounger. I'm done.
All right, I will also say Aqua. No. I'll say Shadows. I'll play Ronnie Wristclock. I'll Subtle Chain you. And then I'm gonna hit and run, do 2 damage to the Bonded Auctioneer, bounce Ronnie, play Ronnie again. Oh, get out of here, Sutterkin. And it is your turn. Draw 3. Discard the top card of your deck. Tap your Equidon.
I'll say Logos. Play a Quantum Compass.
Oh.
Which is an Omni Archive the top card of your deck.
Oh, wow.
That's insane.
Good lord.
I'll play Code Monkey and archive this shoulder red. I'll play Honor's Kesis, which is forge a key at +7, reduced by 1 for each card you have played this turn. I'm not forging a key with that. I'm done.
Okay. I will say Unfathomable. Sorry. We'll play Sleep with the Fishes before I kill my own guys. Destroy each exhausted creature. Then I'll exhaust, reap. And then I will Bubbles. So whatever this is gets discarded, right? I think it's the Code Monkey. Code Monkey's the best card. Put the Code Monkey back on top. Okay. And it'll be your turn. I'll say check with 6. Start your turn. Discard the Code Monkey. Draw 2.
Say Shadows. I will play Javinda and Miasma. With the discard icon, I'll discard this Ganymede Archivist. And I will archive the top card of my deck. And I'm done.
All right, so we're skipping the phase here. All right, we're gonna say Equidon. And I think I'm going to put in a spin, lose 1. If you do, choose a house and discard the top card of your opponent's deck. If it belongs to that named house, gain 4. So I will say Equidon. I think that's the one I've seen the least of. Equidon? No, it's Logos. Dang. All right, I'm going to play Gigroku Sapper. Play after fight. Take control of an enemy artifact. Give your opponent control of Gigroku Sapper. Give me that. And then I'm going to play Fortune Reverser onto that guy. It says treat the text box as blank except for traits. So this guy doesn't have any text now, so you're not getting this back.
Okay.
And then I will play Shrewd Investor, and I'm not using his ability. And then I will Quantum Compass. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll say check with 6, draw 4. Say to go ahead. You'll discard the top card of your deck. Logos. No Logos creatures.
I'll say Shadows and pick up the archive. I will Nerve Blast. Kill a Calp.
There you
Play Shoulder, discard Bat Drone. I'll Reap with Javinda. I'll shoot Ronnie for 1. And I'll pass.
This was that. This. Just said Shadows. All right, I will say Shadows. I'm gonna Reap with Ronnie. I'm going to hit and run Javinda and put Ronnie back in my hand. I'm gonna Rigged Lottery, so each discard the top 5 cards.
Each Shadows card?
Yeah. 1.
Bowknifing.
1. Perfect. That's the perfect number.
Closed door negotiations and Bowknifing effervescent.
Oh yeah, get wrecked.
Jeez.
I got 2 Shadows cards here. You gain 1.
Oh yeah, we each gain. Okay.
Yeah, you gain 1. So I can run an extra 1 from you. Borrow. That artifact is mine for sure. And then we're gonna Quantum Compass. Okay. And then I'll say check with 12. It's your turn. I'll draw 3. You'll discard the top card of your deck.
Gambling Ben. I'll say Logos. Click Cronus. I'll draw. I will archive a card. I'll play Ganymede Archivist. I'll draw. I'll archive a card. I'll play Articulated Wren, which says, at the end of your turn, you may exhaust a friendly creature if you do draw a card.
Okay.
Which I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I will be done. I'll draw 3. I'll ready my stuff. And then at the end of my turn, I will exhaust a friendly creature and draw a card. So reshuffle.
2 cards in your archives.
Yep.
Alright, so I'll forge.
Freaker Reminder 2 Amber Skies, 2 Coda, 1 TOC, 2 Coda. Coda combos still popping off. Same usual suspects, I assume.
Yeah, the best decks that have ever been printed.
Yeah.
You know, still doing their thing.
Yeah. That plays a battle fleet. I don't hate that is a thing.
I don't hate it either necessarily.
That's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna let's brain drain you.
There you go.
Let's look at this real fast. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to do anything with archives. Alright, trade secrets.
Moon Cursor, Trade Secrets, Steward, Historian, De-escalation.
De-escalation is the destroys a bunch stuff, right? Okay, and then trade secrets is discard, and then 1 for each Equidon.
Steal 1 for each Equidon.
So you could steal a total of 3. This thing draws 2 on it. And then miasma would stop me from forging. You are like heavily incentivized to say Equidon on the next turn, so let's get a trade secrets, I think. And then I'm going to reap twice. I am going to send you to the Stone Age with. You have the soundbite ready?
For what?
Adult Swim.
Oh shit. I do.
So these will go on top of my deck. And those three will go on top of your deck. I will use the quantum compass. Yeah. And then I'm going to bubbles the shoulder head on top of your deck, and then play Hukuru Ice Fin. And I'll say check with 10, and I'll tell you to go ahead. I'll draw 4.
Sending decks during season now. Top 2 decks in each Vault Tour can't be played in other events. Okay, until Worlds. Got it.
Ah, okay, okay. Sick.
What's up, Time Roller?
That is a good. I knew that they had done something about the ascendancies, right? Like the Ascension. I remember seeing about that.
I'll say Shadows. I'll pick up the Archive.
I really like that for what's his face, but
Even the Miasma, Moon Cursor, Life for a Life. Oh, I needed to discard a card.
Yeah.
It was going to be, it was Shoulder Red, right?
yeah.
Life for a Life. I will blow up. I'll blow up Avinda, and we'll just get rid of this crap. Although, nah, that's fine. I'll say check with 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Ascension. I think that would have been a cool mechanic to have had in the game forever. Like if you keep stuff ascended for all time, like if it wins the Vault Tour, and it can only ever be played at Worlds, I think that would be really interesting.
This stuff down here is like,
because if it's only for the season, I feel like they haven't gone too far enough, you know. Because that really only affects a small handful of people.
all right, I'll say Unfathomable. I'm going to Quantum Compass.
Right now it resets the end of the season. Okay.
You got the soundbite ready?
What are you doing?
Under Pressure.
Yes.
I will reap with Hukuru Ice Fen, and I'll say Shadows. Exhaust each creature of that house, so Shadows. And then I'll reap with Bubbles twice. And
Surprised still had him on the thing.
I'll say check with 14, and then draw 1. So you go ahead.
Forge. I'll say Logos. Cronus. Archive. Archivist. Archive. Ren. Done. Draw. And I'll exhaust. And draw. So there's no like Vault Masters decks making plays in these things? Vault Masters Alliance? Or so what's Alliance look like right now? Do people play Alliance still?
I'll say Equidon. I'll play Iron Heidi and Iron Heidi and a Pen Pal. Quantum Compass.
Alliance's Brio Cow Blockouts. Okay.
I'll just Reap with Shrewd Investor. Is it worth fighting this Moon Cursor? You got a team TP and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll fight this Moon Cursor. Let's get it out of there. Alright. And I'll say
only 8 people in Portland.
8 people in Portland Alliance?
Well, they're unstacked, so probably more there. Huh.
Wow. Draw 3. Go ahead. I'll check with 8.
Interesting. I'll say Shadows. I'll TMTP. I will Bow Knifing. CL2. I'll Nerve Blast. And I'll blast this guy for 2. Play Javinda. And be done. Draw. Five US Vaults, 5 international this year. Not sure how many nationals. Okay. Is there no Gen Con tournaments?
Yeah, that's what Dave was saying earlier. No nationals.
Was Star Wars doing Gen Con? Something?
Star Wars has those robots.
The robots?
The robots.
I don't know what that means. Is that
they have the it's like the
promos?
Dark Jedi stuff, the Sith from the last year, but this time it's like robot schematic cards. They look neat.
It's like the
yeah.
You have to wait in line maybe to get one of these.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine they'd be as popular as the Sith stuff is.
Yeah.
As cool as they were. All right, I'm gonna put my archives into my hand, and I'm going to say Unfathomable. I'm going to Bubbles, Javinda. Put a card from a player's discard pile. Oh. I'll play Kariki Germinator. Put a card from a player's discard pile on the bottom of their deck. I'll put Hit and Run. Oh, Quantum Compass.
Compass sure is giving you a lot of value this game. Stolen Compass.
I'll play Unsettling Ancestry. Stun and exhaust an enemy creature, and if you are haunted, archive it. I'll stun and exhaust that guy. I will Reap 3 times and say check with 7. And then I will tell you to go ahead.
KEYFORGE. I will say I'll say Logos. I'll Effervescent Principle. I'll draw, archive. I get a chain. Lose 1. I will Reap with Cronus. And I'm done.
Okay. I will say Unfathomable. I'll put my archives.
I don't actually draw this chain because I had 6 cards, but I do get a draw from that thing.
Okay. I am going to Unsettling Ancestry this guy.
What does that do?
It's stun and exhaust, and then archive if I'm haunted. I will Reap with Kariki Germinator and put a card. I'll put
I like this. I like these decks so far.
I'll put hit and run here. Your discard pile is TMTP and Effervescent and a Trade Secrets and a Miasma. And I will reap 4 more times.
You fool.
And go ahead.
I'll say Equidon. I'll play De-Escalation. Okay. I lose.
Okay.
I need to draw the close the door. I don't know if that would actually even stop you.
I think closed door would not, right?
No, I don't think so.
You would get one, you'd steal one, I'd draw, you'd steal one, I'd draw, you'd steal one, I'd draw.
I also had Miasma in the archive, but
you didn't.
I had no forward momentum.
Yeah. So I had Ronnie and 2 hit and runs in my hand, so that's what I was saving up. That's yours. We can just look at the backs, right?
Yeah.
That's yours. Mine. Okay. All right, one more Prophetic Visions. How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. Fine. You will crack.
Folks really like us in the Vault Masters. Yeah, that was, I had neat interaction on that one, right?
Yeah, I like that one.
All right, this is Raja T. Selen Blaster.
Selen Blaster. I got Maminat of Spellvong Wall.
Hmm?
Yeah, I mean, this is what it says. Maminat. Spellvong Wall.
Go.
Yeah, I liked that game. I like the Vault Masters feel. That's the KeyForge I want to be playing.
They have exactly 6 amber. Fulfill Bad Omen. That one seems not good. That one seems like it's stuck.
Bad Omen.
That one seems like it's stuck everything. It's the second mouse gets the cheese.
Then the opponent's turn, if they have less amber in your pool, you fulfill. Okay. After your opponent chooses an active house that matches no cards in play. And look how far you've come after they play a creature. After they play a creature.
Okay. Well, that's... I feel like that one gets triggered all the time.
After your opponent draws a card outside of the draw card step. Okay.
I have Heads I Win, Go Forth and Conquer, which is where if you fight the Early Bird and Bad Omen. So
how many total prophecies are there?
This says I got P2, P6, P7, and P16.
Okay, so 16, this is 15, 9, 18.
Okay.
Maybe 20?
Maybe 20 prophecies? Does that sound right? Roll 3.
2. $22 prophecies, okay.
Oh, huh? I think I just do this. Reiteration, draw 2 cards, put 2 cards in your hand on the bottom of your deck. Well, that, and this, perhaps. And then none of these have fates on them. I guess I actually don't use prophecy here because I like all the cards I have. Go ahead.
All right, I'll say Sanctum. I'll put Outlook not so good, so after your opponent chooses an active house that matches no cards in play, so Outlook not so good. And then I'll play Divine Seal with the discard icon. I'll discard, came back wrong. Put a creature on the bottom of the center stack. There's nothing there. Lightbringer Outpost. Barrister Joya, draw a card, and I'll discard Trade Blows.
Okay.
Your turn.
Yep. I'm going to choose Logos, so that thing happens.
Fate. Discard the top card of your deck. The discarded card's house becomes your active house. Fuck.
It's
Damn. That would have been cool, though. That's a pretty stupid interaction, but I'm sure it would make Nathan mad if it actually
Life Ward, yeah, but it didn't. So.
But it didn't, yeah. Oh, it's Logos Life Ward, okay.
Yeah. Psychic Bug, yes. The Logos enhanced Life Ward. Let me look at that hand. What you got over here? Invigorating Loss in the Woods. I don't care if you shuffle him back in. Another Barrister Joya. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna play Digitalia. It enhances something with Logos, and after reap, draw a card for each of his Logos neighbors, and then I'll play Candle Units. After you reap, I draw a card, and I will pass. I'll draw 4. I don't actually want to fate any of these, so. Oh, this deck is nutso. This deck has 3 Digitalias in it, by the way.
Okay, that is really stupid. I have mixed feelings on house enhancements too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Untamed, Lost in the Woods. I'll shuffle in these 2.
Okay.
I haven't played with house enhancements enough, but like
with Amber Skies, the small amount we played with Amber Skies, it was like my opponent had more house enhancements. They were just like going through their deck way faster, right?
Yeah.
So
they're like a really, really powerful effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's incomprehensibly powerful in the realm of KeyForge. I will discard Invigorating Shower, and I'll play this Vivid Fairies. Which is pretty good. That's like the
Snoopy.
The version of that card that we just talked about.
Yeah.
Untamed. I like the art on it. It's cool. What's up, Snoopy? I'm done.
All right, I am going to say Logos. I will say Logos. I'm going to pop Life Ward so you can't play creatures on the next turn. Wait, yeah, that's fine. I'll pop that. I'm going to play a Digitalia, and then a Digitalia, and then a ZWAX Researcher, and I'll archive this Life Ward. I'm going to reap with the Psychic Bug and take a look at your hand there. I guess I could have done that first before deciding if I was going to pop the Life Ward. 5 creatures in your hand. Yeah, don't play creatures next turn. And then I will choose to.
Were there rares the double enhance in Amber Skies? That probably is really stupid, huh?
I think I'll choose this thing that says if you choose to fight, something happens. Alright. Go ahead. I'll draw 4.
Alright. Well, I'll say Star Sanctum. I'll play Benevolent Charity. Move each amber on each friendly creature to the common supply. It's got a discard icon. I'll discard the Starlight creature. And I'll discard this Barrister Joya. I'll put Outlook Not So Good in play. And I'm done.
I'm going to draw a bunch of cards with Digitalias.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Logos. I'll play Cutthroat Research. I'm going to reap with Digitalia. Draw 2. Oh, I can put this in my hand because it's Logos thing. I'll play a Life Ward. I'll play The Mist. Destroy the Mist for the mana turn. Each creature gains the mutant trait.
Okay, I bet that's really useful with some of their stuff.
Yeah. I'll read with Digitalia.
Like that board wipe.
Draw 2.
Forging thing.
Wow. That card's really good too. What the hee-haw? I'm gonna reap with Psychic Bug. Look at your hand. Let's see if I'm supposed to have gotten to this high. Anything it cares about?
Nah.
Nothing? Nothing? Okay. I'm gonna discard this Logos Enhanced Troubadour, which is a sweet card, but unfortunately, I don't want to play it here. I'm gonna play Hazard Zerp. Play, deal 3 damage to a creature. If that creature is destroyed, draw a card. Scrap, discard a card, deal 3 damage to a creature. So, I'll blow that up and draw a card. I'll reap and go to 11 and tell you that it's your turn.
Untamed. I'll play Envious Venomite, which is a cool card. When your opponent has more amber than you, it has poison and skirmish. I'll play Flary at the start of your turn, gain 1. Consult the bones, discard the top card of each player's deck. For each card discarded this way, resolve its bonus icons as if you had played it.
No bonus icons.
Untamed and a capture. It's all capture. I will play Invigorating Shower. I might discard that.
Would you like to shuffle 5 Logos cards back into my deck?
No, I'm going to do Sanctum.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Alright, so I am going to forge. Do I... I mean, I think we're going back to Logos well. You would get 1. That gains poison.
This dude's crazy.
Yeah. He's sick.
I kind of like him, yeah.
Alright, well, reap the Psychic Bug. What's in your hand? After a creature reaps, discard the top card of its controller's deck. If the card discards a Starlands card, you gain 1. This guy does the thing. Nothing that interacts with Amber. What does this do? What do you do? Lambent Mycelium. After another creature enters play, put 2 power counters until your turn. The most powerful Amber creature gets taunt. What? Does that do anything?
If
so the end of your turn, the most powerful. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
if it resolves the fate.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Later, Snoopy.
Yeah, see ya. I'll life forge you. So don't play anything. We'll read with Digitalia and draw 2. Okay, we'll play a Wormhole Tech. We'll read with Digitalia and we'll draw 2. I'll reap 2 more times. And then I will say, so you're not playing creatures next turn, is that correct? I'll play the early bird. And I'll put this thing under there. Go ahead.
Starlance, I'll discard these cards. I'll do this thing. If you play a creature, fate.
So if I play a creature, okay.
Yep. And
Alright. I'll forge. I'll say Logos. Let's take a look at your hand, the Psychic Bug. Anything with Amber? Nothing that does anything with Amber, I'll reap a bunch of times. Draw, 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 draw.
I need you to properly.
Okay, it's reap.
So.
Reap. Reveal the top card of my deck. This gets archived. Reap. Go to 9.
That way I can say we've played a complete game of Prophetic Visions, so we don't have to play another game.
Alright, I'll end the game with 45 cards in my hand.
Yeah. I'll play these same cards that don't do anything on my turn.
That game felt disgusting on my part. I felt filthy.
I mean,
felt
like...
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
I think there's neat stuff in this set. This set does not offend me the way that Amber Skies did.
This one does offend me way more than Amber Skies does. I would say if I'd never touched this set again, it would be too soon. That's how I feel about Prophetic Visions. Prophecies, I hate them. Can't stand that mechanic.
I think I don't know that that's what KeyForge needed.
I don't think so. I want more like Ball Masters. I had a great time in the Ball Masters game. I did not have an ounce of fun in any of the Prophetic Visions games. I hate having to keep an eye on like
I think they're too
conditional
fiddly.
shit
They're
sitting off the side.
They're too fiddly.
When you fulfill them, most of the time it doesn't do anything that's relevant.
Yeah.
Or it's just like a thing you discarded.
Yeah. I think it's slightly too fiddly.
I don't know why.
I would almost.
Why are there two prophecy cards? I guess it's like give you more of a chance to win.
I think so. I think that was like the compromise. You had to like you don't want too many that are out there because this does crunch down the design space or whatever.
I just feel like the prophecies take away from whatever else the set's doing. Because I can't focus on what the cards are doing when I'm worried about like prophecies and like other things happening over here.
I do have to go back to wondering about like the playtest techniques for the game because I don't think like if I were on any of the playtest teams for any of the Ghost Galaxy things, I would have very strong opinions about what made it to print, right? Mm-hmm. So playing sealed, although it's a very important part of the game, would be relevant on the decks.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, you probably like you find an insane deck that's constantly putting out relevant fates every turn, and then sure, like that functions nice, I'm sure. But like,
so that
I just don't like that mechanically. It doesn't feel like KeyForge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with KeyForge decks being like you having worse KeyForge decks than others.
Yeah.
But the thing about the first set was like when it felt like you finally figured out how a specific deck played, like what it really wanted to do. And I even feel that way kind of about the second set to a lesser degree. I think the second set was a very nuanced set. Age of Ascension. I think it was an extremely nuanced set. But both of those were developed in a vacuum, whereas like say the third set was not. Third set, they actually had information on the way people played, which is why Worlds Collide was like halfway decent against Call of the Archons, right? Cards like Infernus and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Like clearly Infernus doesn't make it to print the way it did if future proofing was a concern, right? So, and then Mass Mutations. Honestly, I think Mass Mutations was a set that I don't know why Infernus was in that set either.
Yeah,
but there we are. Here's more Infernus. Now,
I mean, Infernus turned out to be a card that did need to exist for the game.
Yeah,
something like that.
Right. I mean, I think you could probably divide Infernus's effects through like 3 different cards, something along those lines.
Really, he shouldn't say 2 cards. He should say 1 card.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, it's funny because I think, and I'm talking about Infernus a lot just because I think that's a classic example of like a card that wasn't necessarily play tested, right?
Yeah, and it's back now.
I mean, Grim Reminders is, I think, from like a complexity standpoint, Grim Reminders was always going to be a really hard set to playtest because of all the myriad interactions, right? Some decks just use the graveyard as an extra part of their hand or whatever. So I think it was always going to be really, really hard. I do like the juggling that you can do with Grim Reminder stuff. The problem is that like the top end of the power curve from Grim Reminders is just like tilted off the face of the world, right? Just busted off the axis. It's just so much more powerful than anything else you can kind of do in this game. So
I just want more KeyForge. I don't need gimmicks.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there. I don't think you. I want more
tokens.
Like, I want more gimmicks along the lines of big creatures like gigantics, and I know they did a full gigantic set, but that might be even the hardest to find of all. More Mass Mutations,
that's like
or whatever it's
the
called.
store exclusive one.
Yeah, and I think you had like the store itself had to back the Kickstarter, right? It was something. Well, I would have bought some for my store, but we never had an option to, right?
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, like, I guess the key color matters in Amber Skies was not really a gimmick. It was more like a set mechanic.
Yeah, I still hated it.
But I hated that too.
I hated it.
Yeah.
So I like new houses, and I like new houses interacting with different things, right? Prophetic Visions is no new houses.
Sanctum Redemption is a split?
Yeah, it's like so you either get Sanctum or you get Redemption.
They can never be together.
They will never be in the same.
That's
so technically there's 8 houses in this set.
That is wild.
So,
yeah.
People on the crowdfunding had to vote for storage to get it. Yeah. Yeah. So okay. I don't know. I would have bought a couple of boxes for my store. I will have people come into the store and say, "Hey, what's this KeyForge game?" And I'm like, "You happen to be talking to one of the world's foremost authorities on this game."
Well, first of all, I need you to watch our 1,000 YouTube videos.
Right. KeyForge. I'm like,
when you come back to me after you watch all this.
Little did you know that I have more recorded KeyForge content than than
everyone.
Yeah, probably everyone, right? Yeah. Like I mean,
except me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're tied.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I did the viewer stream, right?
Yeah, but that was in real life.
Yeah, so but I have one slight advantage.
He's been on the most feature games on stream.
Maybe only home-based stores. Yeah, I guess there's no. I guess we weren't considered a home base or whatever. I thought maybe we had tried to sign up for that or something. I don't know, but well, honestly, it's so hard to keep track of this stuff, to keep up with it. Because there's like every single company has a organized play program.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, and I think it is extremely true right now. The card game market has never sustained so many card games as it is right now.
Right this second.
Magic
is still like on a historically high release, right?
So I've been trying to tell this to everybody I can. By 1:00 the day that Final Fantasy came out, it was our best-selling Magic set in the store.
Oh yeah, okay.
So 1 p.m. of the pre-release, it already shattered whatever else we had done for every other set. And here's the thing: the set that came out before it, Dragons of Tarkir, was extremely popular. Now, the set before it, Aether Drift, was possibly Fallen Empires levels of unpopular.
Oh, wow.
We have an absolute stack of Aether Drift.
So Magic isn't just new set comes out, everyone buys it, we love it.
It depends on what's in it.
Okay.
So they printed a Mox in Dragonstorm that says it's free. It's like Jasper Mox or something like that. It's like free tap for 1 mana of any color. Activate this only if you control a dragon or something like that, right?
Okay.
So yeah, that's one of those things where there were like a whole. There's a card that's an enchantment called Draco Genesis, and it says you can cast dragons spells you control without paying their mana cost. So it's just like it is the Timius set of all time. There's like a pile of dragons.
Sick.
And so yeah, the crazy popular set. Final Fantasy blew it out of the water. Like, just not the go take a look at the price of Final Fantasy collector boosters. Okay, they are like triple retail right now. The retail for them was supposed to be like $450 a box, something along those lines. Stores were paying like for the store to buy it. So that's the thing about these Universes Beyond sets. Speaking from like running a store perspective, these Universes Beyond sets are more expensive than regular sets.
You're right. Yeah. Just not
it is overall the same cardboard.
Right. They just are more expensive.
They're just more expensive.
Well, they have to pay their IP license.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's their problem, right?
Yeah, right.
So completely not. Yeah, I'd believe it. Yeah. We didn't quite sell out all 3 days of the pre-release for the Final Fantasy, but we were damn close.
Yeah, that's insane. How many people do you max out at on a tournament for store?
So the pre-releases we cap at 32, but the thing is we could probably do more than that, but you are allocated pre-release kits.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have like a maximum. We can order 105 pre-release kits, something like that. That's like the number for our store. And we have to actually tell a distributor that we want all 105. Which is bonkers. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. There's like this huge. If this is like a headache, there's like this huge disconnect between the manufacturers of the game, the publishers of the game, and the distributors, right? And so if because Bandai, like, I could spend a whole stream complaining about Bandai in America because they did some improvements recently, so I'll give them that. But Bandai basically, they do a similar thing to Wizards of the Coast. The store that I work for, it's called Empire Games for anybody who wants to go look that up. We actually did hit Wizard Play Network Premium status earlier this year. That was an ordeal. That took us, we'd been working on that for the better part of 5 years. And we probably invested 6 figures of capital from the store back into the store to make the improvements that were needed to be like considered Play Network Premium thing. Okay. So that right there precludes, I would say, 99% of stores. So unless you're somebody who like just has a few $1 million and you decide that I would like to fritter it away on a game store, like, I don't know how a game store that's currently open, it's an achievement for us to even cross that threshold, because and to give you an idea of what it takes to become Wizards Premium, you have to not have visible cardboard boxes in your store. Okay? What is a comic box? All right.
Do they inspect your store? Like someone?
You have to do filmed walkthroughs through the retail and gaming section of a store.
Okay.
Okay. you cannot. So comic boxes, literally the industry standard is a white cardboard box to store them because it doesn't make any sense to store them in anything that costs more. Okay, you can buy nicer, like BCW makes these really nice plastic display boxes. They're super nice, but they're already, those are heavy, and a comic, like a long comic box filled with comics is 60 pounds.
So you're adding like another 10 pounds.
Yeah, you're adding like another like 5-6 pounds on top of that. Okay. And so in reasonable work standards, you really don't want your employees lifting anything over 50 pounds or something like that. So comic boxes are already in a nebulous area where they're like right on the verge of what you can expect just a random person to pick up, right? Anyway, so you can't have visible cardboard boxes. So we had to come up with this really ingenious idea, because what we did is we built these. We built these. One of my coworkers built sized for short comic boxes tables, painted them black. Okay, and so we could fit comic boxes on them. All right, and that was our idea. Was you paint them like that? You put comic boxes on them, and then we found out that we couldn't have like visible cardboard boxes, and so we were like, okay. So we took Plasticard sheets, sized for the table, sized so that they basically make a walled enclosure around all the comic boxes that just say comic book back issues. And we had one of the employees design all the graphics. So the cardboard boxes are hidden behind that thing.
Okay.
And that was good enough. That got us past it. Okay. So yeah, that's one of those, you just have to jump through that hoop. Okay. So that's the Wizards Play Network. Back to Bandai. Bandai wanted you to run and order X amount of every single game they have.
Oh, God.
All right?
Yeah.
You've got games like Digimon, which are modestly successful, have an okay player group. I think we have maybe at max 10 players in our store. And they're not making any more Digimon players, I'll tell you that. Like, nobody walks in. Some people will say, oh, some Digimon. Cool, I'll buy that, I guess. But it's not like people are coming out of the woodwork and saying, I want to play Digimon. So, tables for Wizard Premium. Yes. So we actually have... when were you in? When did you stop by the store, Dave? What year? Was that 2023? Was that early 2023? Had we redone the floors? If you saw the card tables, we got rid of the card tables. So we did like this whole structured thing. We had our parking lot repaved 3 years ago, so 2022. Okay, so yeah, the store looks completely different then. If you came in talking about it at the time, yes. Okay, so yes, we did get new tables, and that was like, that was like a $12,000 to $15,000 ordeal there too, because you can't use the card tables, the white card tables that you've probably seen at virtually every game store that you have. You have to go buy. Nice tables for it. Now, I do like our tables. We take good care of them. If people are trying to build models on them and stuff like that, we've got stuff to provide to them so that the way they don't get glue and all that garbage all over our tables. Yep. Our tables are cleaned like daily. Like the thing about our store is that we have like extremely exacting cleaning standards. It's actually a point of pride if you go read our Google reviews. People will talk about how clean our store is. There was a guy who came by for a 40K tournament, and as he was like leaving, he was like, I just have to say, your store has the cleanest bathrooms I've ever seen in a game store. And that was one of those where I was like, we need that on a shirt. Yeah. Like, because that is like somebody.
It's a low bar.
It's a low bar, but if people are complimenting, people are like, this bathroom doesn't look like people go to the bathroom in here.
It is a clean bathroom.
Yeah.
Which is an achievement.
Yeah. So the thing about cleaning bathrooms, if you just like clean them regularly, they don't get to the point where they are just grotesque, right? And so spread through roughly 20-ish employees, cleaning morning, cleaning at the night, like our bathrooms they're nice. Like I wouldn't eat out of it just because you're in a bathroom or whatever, but our bathrooms are nice, right? And so I mean the Bandai, so there was a game that came out like 3 years ago called Battle Spirits, and maybe you saw it. The only reason it was notable was because I think there was like an Evangelion set and there was a Gundam set. I think one of the sets had some Gundams in it. But here's the thing about Battle Spirits. You can go to TCG Player right now. You go to TCG Player and you can buy cards from Battle Spirits for like $20 a box, which means stores lost about $40 a box they ordered. Okay?
You're welcome.
So that's the thing, is the game was something nobody wanted to play. But you had to order enough of it to be qualified as like a Bandai Gold store.
Yeah.
And nobody played it. We couldn't get it off the ground.
God,
so
that's horrible.
Yeah. I can't believe it. So thanks to you should I don't know, the next time you come through, we should check it out now. I think the store is like it's on a different level than it was then, even then. So I genuinely believe there are a couple other stores in the area. At one point I was like envious of, but I genuinely believe, I'm really proud of the work that we've done in our store. I think over the last 2 years in particular, our store has really jumped up in quality. The only thing that I would say is that our parking lot still sucks.
Yeah.
But since it's downtown in Anderson, there's a bunch of other places you can park at and then walk to the store, which aren't really that stressful or something like that. So. Yeah, and some of our Google pictures are actually old. So like some of the pictures are before a lot of the revamps. So, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I could like I said, I could complain about Bandai stuff forever. We had stuff where like we scheduled a tournament for the first weekend it was available, right? So they like, you can schedule this thing starting at this window. This is the first date of the window, extending through this date. It's like a 2-week period or whatever. So we scheduled it on the first possible one, and our distributor didn't get us the promos for that tournament until the Monday after the tournament.
Wow.
What are you doing? What? Like, why does it work this way? Why don't like I have to like the thing about ordering? So like if you're working in a store, distributors charge you shipping. If you hit certain thresholds, you get free shipping. Okay. So what does that mean? That means you are incentivized to get your orders to a certain point before you want to ship them, okay? So, like, if my distributor on a Wednesday is like, hey, we've got these promos for you, right? But I have to put an order together for a card game tournament, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I had to place like a $500 order for the store to get the free shipping so that I can get promos that I'm giving away for free at a tournament? What? So, anyway, there you go.
We done?
Yeah, I'm done here.
Okay.
Tomorrow is Star Wars.
Tomorrow's Star Wars?
Yeah. Tomorrow's Star Wars.
And then we have...
And then we're doing the Final Fantasy Commanders. Some at least Final Fantasy 6 and 7.
And we could always do 2 streams.
I have the other 2 starters because I just bought the full set. Because why not?
Might as well, right?
Might as well pick up the whole set just to have them. So.
We're gonna finish the tournament out.
Yeah, we've got our Jump to Lightspeed tournament, which we
could also do a Star Wars tournament where we play our top 8, or we have 9 decks still built for that Jump to Lightspeed tournament. We could play the new format, the trilogy.
Trinity, yeah, trilogy, which is reminiscent of a certain type of KeyForge format for anybody who's been paying attention. They announced the trilogy this week.
It's the same as Hearthstone, I think, did it first.
Yeah, Hearthstone did something very similar, but it's like Triad, right? Where you bring 3 decks, your opponent bans 1, and then you have to win with both of your decks.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
That's a sick format. You get to ban 1. They're gonna like actually unban all of the cards, I think.
That I kind of feel like that maybe should be the standard for
competitive play. Yeah, I mean I'm right there with you. I think it's a sick format.
I think it's much more interesting than a best of 3 matchup where it's like maybe you hit a bad matchup and you're fucked or whatever. But
yeah, you can't one trick, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're just like, I'm tired of losing to Sabine, guess what? You ban the Sabine deck, right?
Yeah, and you could debate Django's like, oh, I gotta ban Django or Boba. It's cool that they'll have a chance to come back. Yeah,
I mean, I think if the thing is like if you match The thing about the Django decks was like you had stuff you could play into it.
Yeah, right.
Right.
You had good matchups.
The problem was it was just widely, very broadly good.
And if it wins one game, they still have to win a game with another deck.
Yeah, and it's out of there if it wins. So they still have to win with the remainder, right? So if you're just like Django, Triple Dark Raid, whatever else in there, and you're like, okay, well, you got that game, but you can take out the other deck 2 times, then that's something at least.
All right.
So, all
Thanks
right, we're done
watching,
here.
and we'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.